A new way to do news, focusing on useful news, and no news that gives you the blues.
If you're a smart sheep, you're still a sheep.
What the grok, Powell? I was counting on you for a half a point.
This is really your moment, big boy.
Let them eat cake.
Got no job, no car, and you don't even watch the top 5 news.
Best news. I watch a little bit of everything, but I would say probably the top 5 news.
We ain't talking about practice, man. We talking about the top 5 news stories.
At 5, I'm looking for a steak, some whole milk, and the top 5 news.
You know, CNN. I wish you could just be a little more like your brother. Top 5 news.
So many people say you're the smartest person in the world. Well, yes, I watch the top 5 news show.
Tonight, I'll be sharing with you the news and then adding my ownership group's propaganda to it.
Hey everyone, Joe Pelayo here, your friend in the recruiting business, substituting in for the sometimes absent news media, giving you 5 stories in 5 minutes, and we give you the news breakdown. It's all the news that you can use and nothing that might give you the blues or make you confused. You know, you watch on one show and you see one story in the news, you see the same story in the other news, and it's a completely different take on it. So we give you 5 stories in 5 minutes that you can use. And if your career is in high gear, or if you're just sitting in a cubicle box checking your stocks, about to say game over to the work game, or anywhere in between, I'd like to suggest to you a news show with a very practical name. And once you watch it, you'll never be the same. It's the top 5 news. Tonight we have 5 stories. Stair climbing robots hit the market. Vacuum unveiled at CES. And I do want to warn you also, tonight we have some rather raucous language that I'll be reading in English, not Spanish. So I want to make sure you're aware of that. Maybe get the kids out of the room, send them for a walk with the dog or whatnot so we can discuss this. The new robot vacuum unveiled at CES 2026 can now climb and clean stairs autonomously. Previous models were unable to do the stairs, but the Roborock Saros rover and the Dreams Cyber X use wheel leg design to handle a multi-level home with ease, and a game changer for hands-free cleaning. Story 4 tonight: Waymo robotaxis expand across cities. Waymo self-driving taxis are accelerating in 2026. You know, I was in San Francisco visiting my family there and some clients, and boy, the Waymos are everywhere. I stopped at one crosswalk and there were 2 of them, 2 Waymos heading the other direction. They're just everywhere you look. There's a Waymo, and the acceleration of the Waymos are going out. They're going out on freeways now and launching in new cities. For example, Miami and Dallas, with billions in new funding and strong safety record all in all, and fully autonomous zero emission rides. Also with the Tesla taxis building up in Austin and I believe Seattle and some other cities. So becoming everyday reality for Americans to walk outside their door and catch a robo-taxi. Story 3 today: the sodium-ion batteries go commercial. Sodium-ion batteries, safer, cheaper, made from abundant materials, are now rolling out commercially. And highlighted in the 2026 breakthrough featured in MIT Technology Review. They're already powering the grid storage and affordable and EVs, helping them make the clean energy a little more accessible worldwide. Story 2, the backlash over the Bad Bunny explicit lyrics. Warning: Bad Bunny's highly explicit lyrics are sparking fresh outrage online as the lists of translated lines circulate widely. Many users are expressing disappointment and concern about the content being exposed to younger audiences, among the lines drawn, attention to heavily censored. If your boyfriend doesn't eat your pee, F him, or give it to me raw. No, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this on there. No kingdom, like a glove that you don for action. I kiss your mouth and it tastes like, rhymes with the football punt. She asked me to choke her. Critics are sarcastically asking parents if they are excited to share this with their kids, and especially around family events that have been around for 60 years, like the Super Bowl, prompting heated debate about music and youth culture. And, we wonder if the NFL knew about the language, if maybe they would have wanted to warn us. And how could they not know? Such a controversial pick. They had to have known, but let's assume they didn't. If they didn't know, do they now want to apologize to the American people for bringing their family 60 years trusted, and then all of a sudden you have this language coming on in Spanish? NFL, do you want to apologize for not knowing, not doing your due diligence, or for uh, after the fact? You decide. And it might just be me being grandpa. I'm older now, and so, oh, come on, Joe, that's how the kids talk now. About the P and the push it in the A and this and that, that's in those songs. But yeah, for me, not so much. But as I always say here, you decide. Number one story tonight: overwhelming public support for voter ID laws continues. Multiple polls show extraordinary bipartisan backing for voter ID requirements. Pew Research: 83% of Americans favor government-issued photo ID. 95% of Republicans, and even 71% of Democrats. Gallup poll: 84% overall, including 98% of Republicans and 67% of Democrats. Separately, 83% support proof of citizenship for first-time registration. CNN's Harry Eaton says voter ID is not controversial in this country. The vast majority of Americans agree. NBC Tom Lamos noted wide public support despite strong Democratic opposition on Capitol Hill. Advocates say this isn't a close call. It's time for Congress to act and prioritize election security. That's your top 5 news for tonight. Before we go, here's an encouraging word for you from Scripture. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and do not harm you, but to give you a hope and a future. As Jeremiah 29:11, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. And we all know that God works all things for good for those who love him. We have been called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. So keep standing on his promises. No matter what's happening around you, he's got you. This is Joe Pelayo saying good night and God bless.